Hello everyone. It is time for day one Sunday. I'm so excited. I have my voice back. I'm just so ready. I'm so ready. We are in the line. Woo!
지나가는 길에 모른 척도 어렵다니 빠져나갈 걸 알면서도 어렵다니 날 사로잡은 너의 손길에 지나가 I want it more I need it more 어려가는 보이는 꿈만드는 보이는 사라져 장치를 열어 촛불을 들어 상단이 부러지는 법상 오지 What's up Sydney? What's my name? One more time more louder What's up Sydney? What's my name?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day two. Day two. Last night was amazing. Jenny's parents were there and his friends were there with their bum bags. Hannah was there. Hannah had a whole queue of people waiting to take photos with her. The seats that we had were like a really good spot. They were like, yeah, really, really good view. The boys sounded amazing. Waiting for us was freaking, I didn't film waiting for us. I wish I did, because they sounded incredible last night. So incredible. But yes, I have Tracy with me today, and we're gonna go, I don't know what we're doing today, it's not very good weather, maybe just chill, but we'll be going together tonight. And yeah, I can't wait. Day 2, very last concert. Outfit.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We bought these tickets yesterday. Wow!
Let's go! 친절함은 쇼지나 럭스내 통수에다 시원하게 욕해도 다 먹겨 솔직하게 남보다 크게 다르지 공격에서 깨는 나의 toxic 너의 돌지 morning
Maniac, that's a magic 것처럼 무슨 maniac
pain 너를 해치
Maniac, Frankenstein 걸 maniac
you like it, but they really.
Oh yes.
Give it up for their birthday!
Something from the way struggling makes me tougher and returning down the style of me lost in a money. Looking back at what you said, feel my back doesn't matter cause I'm a winner, struggling 24/7, keep the memory story goes. I can take player, execute the shadows all around me, know me, they best player.
This gonna break my heart. This series gonna love me, don't leave me alone. This series got me chasing stars. It's been a couple months since I felt like a home. And I'm getting closer to
Don't you know who we are? Don't you know who we are? Cannot defeat us. This is our kingdom. You can't kill us. Bring it on. 생각하는 이미 대강하고 불러줘도 저리 통내 발라 분위기 판도를 바꾼 주먹 바뀌는 다 뺏어 다른 점을 줄여 새로운 감상 쓰고 있는 네가 우리의 실화 그리고 kingdom.
Listen to this signal.
Listen to this signal.
Yeah, how did I, hold it all in? But I think it was all for the best. Of course, I missed Australia a lot. But like you guys said in the video, how we can always call Australia home. I'm just glad that
You can do it!
I'm just glad that Australia was always there, waiting for me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah!
Oh! So yeah, thank you for waiting for us. Thank you for not going anywhere. And I'm just really glad that a small family became such a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad!
We're all brothers and sisters, we're all mates.
How you feeling?
So excited. Oh my god, I'm gonna sleep forever. I can sleep, I can die happy.
Honestly, best night of my life.
The best night ever.
Best night ever?
Yes, yeah. Especially you. You were the queen of the night.
Thank you. Oh! Best
Caleb, wave!
ever.
Kpop fan.
Best ever.
Do a reaction together to Leg It Ain't
I just realized that Changbin would have been seeing himself the whole time that I was filming. It's a few days after, everyone. It is Saturday. The last concert was Wednesday, so it's been 3 days and I'm still nowhere near being a normal sane person. Like I'm not even one step closer to feeling any more normal, any less insane. Not even close. Honestly, I just can't comprehend what happened. Especially the second day of Sydney. Like the second day in Melbourne and the second day in Sydney was the most insane experience I've ever experienced. And the second day of Sydney being so close to the stage, getting those tickets the day before, like we already had tickets, but I swapped my ticket the day before and being literally front row of barricade. Like I don't even understand. I can't even, how did that happen? I feel like it was just fate. And then being on Changbin's side as well was fate. Like where being on that side was fate. He also gravitated to my side so often. Like if you look through, like obviously you would have watched this vlog up until now. He was on my side so much and I wasn't just filming him. He was just on my side so much. Him, Hyunjin, and kind of Seungmin, and kind of Felix, like in particular Hyunjin and Changbin, they were on my side the most. Ian didn't really come to my side. Channy kind of didn't. Han kind of did. I think Chen and Ian were the main two that didn't really come over to our side as much. But like everyone kind of like filters, and Lino didn't really come to our side like super often. But Changbin was like always there. Changbin was always there. He loves the left. or he loved the left on that night. I don't know if he's always loves the left. Maybe it's because that's his natural side, like he's always on the left. So maybe he just gravitates towards that side. But I was so thankful. I had so many interactions, and there was like other interactions that I didn't have my phone out for, which like I'm glad I had these experiences with my eyes, but I would have loved to have them on video as well. But my God, they are just honestly such incredible live performers. Like I actually just felt like I was at this like hectic party like the whole time. Like they have a really good balance of doing the choreography and then having fun with the crowd. And they don't just have fun with the crowd, like walk around, like they are pumping you up, especially Felix. Felix is like jumping up and down like a freaking kangaroo like the whole time. He's like constantly jumping. He's so much fun. So much fun. I just had the best time, and it was so special to be able to see their performances up close and to see them up close and to just like be in the same vicinity as them. To share the same energy as them was like really, really special. I felt super lucky. And it just really, I don't know, like I was just on such a high the entire time that like it's very overwhelming. It's very hard to take in a lot of what's happening because you're just like, is this real life? Like, is this actually happening? Am I actually standing in front of these boys? Like I've watched these boys every single day for the past year. Since I opened my channel, I watch things of them every single day, whether it's a reaction or whether it's just on my own time. Like I watch them every day. So like seeing them in person, I was like, I just felt like, I'm like, I know you guys so well. Like you have no idea who I am, but like I feel like I know you so well. And like it was just so surreal. It's such a weird thing to think about where you know someone so well and they do not know you, you know? It was surreal AF. But I wanted to talk about each of the members, and I wrote down some notes, like just really quickly. So I don't even know if any of it's going to make sense, but let's talk about Lino. First of all, I've already spoken about this. You all know I think this. Lino is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Lino is gorgeous in photos, but like seeing him like in real life is just like, I don't understand how he got even more beautiful. Like he's so unbelievably beautiful that you just like your breath is just taken away. You're like, oh, holy crap, you are just stunning. And like he moves like water. Like he's so fluid, but also really, really strong and sharp. But like he's kind of like, he's like water and lightning at the exact same time. Like his body just like, he's a made dancer. He's such a natural dancer and a natural performer. And so it was really incredible to watch him with your own eyes. Like just absolutely insane. His confidence. I was saying this in my live on Thursday. His confidence, like there's nothing like weird about him on stage. Like, you know how he's got like such a unique personality that we all love. On stage though, like all of that is gone. He's just like confident king and moves around the stage with confidence. He makes eye contact, like he's interactive-ish. Like he's definitely interactive, yeah. But like, wow, he's just crazy. He's honestly just crazy. His voice sounds incredible. When he sung This City, like his falsetto is so nice. And he has so much power in his voice. So like every time he's saying Waiting for Us, he sings like the high part, and the entire stadium went whoa, because his voice is so loud but beautiful, like just projects so well. And yeah, he was like super giggly as well, like not like when he was just walking around, but when they were doing the dances, like they all interact with each other in the dances like all the time. Like they're not fully serious. Well, I think Felix and Ian are a little bit more, but like a lot of them are just kind of like interacting with each other through the dances, and he was always laughing, and I don't know what he was giggling at, but in nearly every song you'll catch him giggling at something. And I don't know whether he'd just like grab someone's ass or just saw something funny, but I remember like I'd be watching, and then I'd like look over to Lino, and he's just got this smile on his face, but not like a happy, just like a giggle, like that, which is happy, but just like this like smirk almost. I'm like, what are you doing? What have you seen? So he was really, really, really fun to watch. Really fun to watch. Felix Felix needs to come to Australia more often because Felix's presence and confidence on that stage in Australia, and if you guys have seen them live, maybe correct me and tell me, like, what is he like in real life when you've seen him? Because in Australia, he walked around like he owned the place. Like, the confidence in him is so crazy. Like, shoulders were back, chin was up, swag was on 100%. Like, even like every time they were doing Men's and the camera panned to him, he had this like blue steel look about him. He was just like, I can't do a blue steel look, but he would like, just like, he had this glare. He just had this glare that was like, not that this is what he thinks, but like, you are all beneath me type thing. But not that that's what he thinks. Like, obviously he's extremely loving and caring and wouldn't ever think that. But it was that kind of a vibe, like, bow down to me, bitches type thing. He like, honestly, he was lifting his shirt up all the time. He was just confident, and we love to see that. We love to see him confident and happy and just loving it. But I don't know, there was just something about him, and like he was just so like Aussie, like so like bogan, and like his voice was deeper, and he was just, oh, I loved it. I loved it. I didn't really interact with Felix, which sucked. Like, I think we may have got eye contact for like the briefest second, but I was saying this also in my life yesterday about both Felix and Chan. I feel like they're really great at interacting with the crowd, but I didn't really see many moments where they interacted with the person one-on-one. Like, there are definitely times, but like, unlike Changbin, who interacts with, like, he tries to interact with everyone, he'll give you eye contact and do an interaction just with you. I feel like with Chan and Felix, they interact with whoever they're looking at as a whole. So they'll come to your side and they're interacting with everyone on that side. They'll go to the front, they're interacting with everyone at the front. They try to include everyone here, but it's not like target, interact, target, interact. It's like a whole interaction. So like, we got interactions, but we didn't get like one-on-one interactions. So, and I feel like you would be able to get that if you had a specific sign, which I kind of did have a sign, but they didn't look at it, or something. But yeah, it's kind of, I found it really hard to get like one-on-one interactions with him and with Chenny, which was really sad, to be honest. But as I said, like in my live yesterday, on Thursday, they were so happy that I didn't even care. I'm like, I just love to see them happy. I just love seeing them happy. But yeah, his presence was incredible, and he has, I knew he was a good dancer, but I didn't know to the extent of his body control. Like, in the vlog, you would see, like, I froze on, I slow mode on a part in Venom where they're like, and his like whole body goes, like, go back and watch that. The amount of control he has in his body is incredible. Like, as I said, I knew he was a good dancer. I knew he's a phenomenal dancer, but those moments I think are kind of hard to capture on camera sometimes. So I didn't really see that, and I saw it for the first time at soundcheck, where he was just standing there and he went, and I was like, holy crap, are you serious? It was so insane. And then when I could actually film, because I couldn't film in soundcheck, I filmed that part, and that's what I slow mode. And like, he's amazing. He's so amazing. Like, oh, incredible. Anyways, Hyunjin. Hyunjin is like such a cool guy. Hyunjin is so cool. Like, I don't know how someone can have so much coolness in their body. Like, the way he stands, the way he walks, the way he wears his clothes, the way he dances, the way he raps. Like, he's just the embodiment of like cool swag, but like not like a gangster swag, just like a cool swag. Like, he's so cool. But like, when he smiles, his entire face is like a child. And like, I keep saying I was saying on my live, because I'm probably going to repeat a lot of what I said on my live, but I was staring at him at one point and I just like put my phone down and I was like, I just need to like take in his face, because when they interact with the crowd, it was on a lot of the parts where he was wearing a hat. So it's kind of hard to see him properly. And so I was like really trying to stare at him and really trying to like take in how he looks because he's just gorgeous. And I really wanted to like look at him properly. And I remember staring up at him at one point and I was like, wow, he's so pretty. And then he smiled and I literally like tears came to my eyes and I like melted and I was like, oh, he's so cute. Like his whole face. How I don't understand how someone can just be so cool and then as soon as they smile, I guess it's probably like IN, right? And then when he smiles, it was just like pure happiness. Like pure happiness in a face. He's just a ray of sunshine. And he was like a little bit apart. See, honestly, apart from Changbin and Han, from what I experienced on day 2, everyone else had a very similar like interact with everyone on that side, but not like I'm giving you eye contact and interacting with you. I felt like that from him as well. Like it was, I didn't really get any interaction from him. He was over my side a lot, but I didn't get any like one-on-one interaction with Hyunjin, which is okay because I just stared at him most of the time anyway. And like, I didn't react in front of them all the way I thought that I would react. Like you will hear in my vlog, like I was screaming at some points, but majority of the time I just froze. Like they were literally just in front of me and I was just like, I couldn't even make a sound. Like I would honestly just freeze and stare and or be dancing up and down. Like I was trying my absolute best to like show them that I was having like the best time of my life. So I didn't want to just like hold my camera in their faces. So a lot of times when they were on our side, I had my phone down and I was like just jumping up and down, just like trying to have like the best, not trying to, I was having the best time, but having the best time so that like they could also have the best time as well. Because I don't know about you, but if I was an idol or just any kind of performer and like no one was really like dancing with me, I would be like, are you guys having fun? Like, can you just put your phones down for a second and enjoy this? So I was really trying to be mindful of the fact that I wanted to film interactions, but I wanted to have a good time as well. And I wanted to have that experience with them and like, just like enjoy that energy together. And so I had a lot of those moments with Han and with Changbin, and they were like the main two on my side. Sorry, Changbin, Hyunjin, and Han. And Felix as well. Like Felix would come over and he would go to the corner a lot. Like there was like the stage is like that, and he would come. I was here, and he would come to like that corner a lot, and just like jump up and down and like have the best time. But yeah, Hyunjin is just the ultimate cool guy, absolute sweetheart. Like just really, really oozes this confidence and like this sureness about himself that I hope that he continues to have. Like that's the vibe that I got, and I really hope that he does have that. I'm going to speak about Changbin last. I said this the other day. IN's presence on stage is actually probably one of the best that I've seen. He is very underrated, I think, as a performer. And I think if you don't pay attention to him solely, you can overlook his talent. And I'm not saying that people say he's not talented, because people do. A lot of people do. But I think if you just really, really take the time, if you haven't before, to really pay attention to IN, you'll see what I'm talking about. His stage presence and facial expressions are uncanny. Like it's unmatched, sorry. They are just like, he's phenomenal. Like there's so much of my footage when in the background I'm just like, oh my god, IN, oh my god, IN. Like I always talk about Hyunjin because Hyunjin is like my dance bias. Like if I was to pick a dancer, it'd be Hyunjin. But if I compare Hyunjin, Lino, Felix, IN, like IN can fit into that dance line. Like they all can, but like fit into that dance line, but also stand out. He puts in 100% effort. Like he is such a hard worker, and there is not one point in the song where he slacks off or like loses his character in a sense, or like he's always thinking, I don't know if he's thinking about it, but he's always doing a different face. He's like, he goes above and beyond, and like unless you are watching him, I think you can just oversee that somehow. But oh my god, not only is he such a phenomenal dancer and performer, but his vocals are so stable. Over the whole 4 days, like not once did I hear him hit a bad note. Like he's so stable in his vocal ability and such an incredible performer that like I'm just so excited to see like his growth like continuing, because wow, he's really a force to be reckoned with. Like if you go to a Stray Kids concert, make it your mission to like pay attention to him if you haven't before. If you already do, great. If you haven't really, watch him, because I guarantee you'll come out of there being absolutely blown away. He is phenomenal. He's so fierce. Like the word fox really suits him. He is insanely fierce and like even like scary-ish. Like there's just an incredible amount of power in the way that he performs. And then the cute side of him you only really see when he's like not performing, because like he just smiles and you're like, oh, there he is. There's our baby bread. But yeah, he's just unbelievable. He's so unbelievable. So I was very, very blown away by him. Very blown away by him. Seungmin. You guys knew I was gonna love seeing Seungmin live, because you guys know lately I've been saying how funny Seungmin is. I'm like, what the fuck, Seungmin? He's so funny. But Seungmin is so confident. I've never seen him get embarrassed. Like, not that he should get embarrassed, but like he's so confident in everything that he does, and he's so swaggy, but an absolute dork. Like he is just like the dorkiest person ever. So silly, but extremely confident, and there's like an attraction about that. Like he literally just walks around, he'll go to like your side and he's just like literally just like like he's just like the coolest guy ever. Like he's so cool, but he's so dorky, and I can't explain that enough. But he's just got the best personality. He's got the best personality, and his presence on the stage is different to like say IN. Like Seungmin doesn't have a fierceness about him. Like he's not that like intense, fierce like fox type style that like IN say has. But Seungmin has this incredible confidence about him, and like he's so sure of what he's doing. So he makes like, he's a really cool person to watch on stage because he's very unique and very different. His vocals are incredible, and he's just like, I don't know, he owns the stage in such a different way to the others. And I really, really appreciated that about him. And he brought so much comedy to it and so much like relatableness to it. And he was just like smiling the whole time, and like his smile, you guys know, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And he was just like, he brought so much happiness to everybody. Like he would just smile and like, or say a joke, and like the whole stadium would laugh, and he was just really like lighthearted and just having a really good time. And that was like so fun to experience with him. So I was quite thankful to Seungmin for like how much he could just make everyone feel comfortable, do you know? And I don't know, he's just really relatable, but then not relatable at all because he's so strange, and I love it so much. But yeah, he's just a puppy. He's just such a puppy. But this like famous guy, he's just amazing. He's so amazing. Okay, Han. Han is adorable. Like when you look at Han and when you watch Han, he's so reliable and like so solid with his performancing. Wow, with his performances. Like he's incredible, and he's extremely swaggy when he's performing. When he's not performing, he's just like the guy next door. Like he's just like really cute and really soft, and you can actually almost see the vulnerability in him. And I don't know how to explain that, but like Han, when you just watch him, you can see the heart on his sleeve almost. Like he's very readable, I would say. Very loving. You can see emotion in his eyes really well. You can see how much he loves being on stage and loves stage. Like you can see it. You could just read it all over him. He's very, very readable, and I don't know how else to how else to explain that. He's extremely talented, extremely swaggy, and just cool. And like, I don't know, there's a real big comfort about Han. Like, he made me just like so many times, like, he's gorgeous as well. But so many times I was just watching him and I'm like, oh my God, like, I just love you so much. Like, I didn't even, there's not really a word that describes like how Han makes you feel when you're like watching him, but just very relatable, very, very comforted, very loved. But then like you're just like slapped in the face by his arms. The jams. He's freaking bulky, man. Like, he's so small, but his arms are like, like, he's so muscly. Like, they're freaking huge. I was like so shocked the first time I saw it. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know he had big arms, but I thought because his body proportion was so small that his arms would be like toned, but still like in proportion with his body. But they're massive. They're bloody massive. I swear to God, they are humongous. So like, he's like, also, I was wondering what he would look like in real person because I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I was like, I wonder how he's going to look, because there's so many different looks of Han, you know? Sometimes he looks one way, sometimes looks the other way. You know that, was it Ordinary? Was it Ordinary? Let me see. Han with glasses. Let me say Ordinary. Let me see. There was like this, like, that look that Han had in the interview when he had the glasses on. This one. Can you, you can't even, this. You can't really see properly, but this look. Okay. See this? See this here? How can I zoom into his face more? You can see what I'm talking about. This is what Han looks like in real life. This exact face is like, you know how this is the best look for Han. This is what he looks like in real life. He is so gorgeous. Like, so gorgeous. Like, oh my God, kind of gorgeous. Like, wow. I wasn't shocked, but I was not sure which Han he would look like, you know? Because all of them have so many different looks and they all look the same, but like, I was like, is he going to look like this Han or this Han? Because sometimes I think in photos he's like 10 times more beautiful than what I've seen than others. He's so gorgeous. Wow. I was actually really blown away by his visuals and just by him in general, like his whole vibe. I really love Han. I really, really love Han. Okay, let's talk about, and Han did the stay pose. I had a sign that said stay pose Giseo, and he literally did the stay pose, and I was like, I fucking love you. And he's the one that said, I actually had 3 interactions with Han. The first one was at soundcheck. I did the heart and he completed the heart. The second one was just before Lonely Street. I was so sad. I pressed the record button, but it didn't press record. Just before Lonely Street, I was like, Han, and he was like, hello, and like fully waved. And anyway, and then the third one was the stay pose. So I interacted with Han 3 times, and I was really, really so happy about that. But yes, okay, Chenny. Oh my goodness. So our beautiful boy Chenny, he just was smiling at every single concert, and like, when Chan smiles, the whole world is a happier place. Like, his smile could honestly cure any kind of issue anyone has in the whole entire world. I don't care what kind of issue it is, just look at him smiling and you're healed. Like, his whole face just lights up the whole room. Like, he's just so beautiful. And he goes so hard when he dances. Like, he has so much power. And when he dances, it's just like this explosion of like his athleticism. Like, he's so powerful and so strong. They do this part in, you know, Thunder is da 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 boom, and they do like a kick with their leg. And I swear to God, if you were in front of that, your head would get kicked off your friggin' neck. Honestly, he's got so much power. And like when he jumps and stuff, like I already knew he was so good, but like watching and seeing actually like how high you can jump and like how like much power he can put into things, like the boy is so athletic that it's actually insane. as I said before about interactions, I didn't get any interactions with Chan, which made me really sad. But he's very similar. Like, he kind of interacts with your side, but doesn't interact with one person one-on-one. Like, I'm sure he has. I'm sure he does. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he like replies to signs and things, but that was just in my experience on that day. There wasn't one-on-one interactions, not that many anyway, which whatever. It's totally fine. I got to see him up close, and he is gorgeous. So beautiful. Like, I didn't realize these guys could get any more beautiful, but like they look exactly how they look in photos. But like seeing them in real life, you're just like you do look like that. You are that beautiful. It's not Photoshop. Because you never know. You just never know. He's just so freaking beautiful, and he was so happy all the time, and his voice sounded incredible. And yeah, I just had such a good time just like being in the same vicinity as him. Like, he's just honestly unbelievable. The abs were out like constantly. Loving the ab game. In Venom, you'll see like the side when he held his arms up before they go, "Call me Jewel." I was like, the body proportions, and we don't want to limit them to that, but like when it's like right there, I was like, the man is built so good. So good. Anyways, and he was just like, I just felt like he had so much like gratification for being in Australia. Like, he was really just like soaking it in, and saying like he loved that he could say as many Australian things as came to mind. Like, he was really loving the fact that he was in Australia and that every single person in the crowd would understand his silly Australian slang or jokes, or he was just loving it, you know. And he was being like so silly and giggly and cute, and you just wanted to wrap him up in cotton wool and just like put him back in your pocket because he was so adorable. He was just so giggly, and it made me really happy because out of all of them, I think like I just want to like I want happiness for everyone. I want happiness for everyone, but his happiness affects me the most. I think like if he's not happy, I feel like I'm probably affected the most because I know how much weight is on his shoulders. So when he's happy, I feel at peace. So to see him happy and giggly and just like his face lit up was just so amazing. And I had a friend who's actually Korean who came to the show. She wasn't sitting with me, she was sitting with my other friend, and she doesn't know Stray Kids. And our friend had a spare ticket, and we said to her, come with us, like just experience them. And she's like, okay. And she didn't know any of their names or anything. She knew a few songs, but like a couple of songs, like the main ones like God's Menu, and she knew Venom actually. But she said after the show, because I showed her photos of all of them before, and I'm like, you know, just for funsies, which ones do you find most handsome? And she said Lino and Ian. And then after the show, she's like, I have a new favorite. And I'm like, who is it? And she's like, it's Chan. And what did she say? It was so funny. Like, I mean, Chan wrecks everyone, let's be honest. But let me just scroll through all of my things. Where is it? Yeah, she's like, Feng Chan, he is hot. She's like, 어떡해? She goes, the body, the smile, the skin, everything. He is mine. The shape of his eyes when he smiles. Honestly, it was like just understandable, right? Like if you haven't seen Chan for the first time and then you come to a concert where he is lit up with happiness on his face, he's like, you guys know when he smiles, like he's just so gorgeous. And his eyes when he smiles, so I fully get it. I was like, I get it, because every time I see Chan smile or just look at his abs, I like forget where I am. So fully understandable. But anyways, last but not least is my husband, Changbin. I went into shock when I first saw Changbin. Changbin doesn't look any different than what you think he's going to look like. Don't get me wrong. But like none of them do, apart from, well, they all do actually. No, they all look exactly as you expect, but better in real life, especially Lino. Holy fuck. But Changbin, like, I went into shock just being like, I'm in front of him. And the fact that like I interacted with him so many times means that he actually saw me. So we with his own eyes, seen me. With my own eyes, I've seen him. That fact alone is so mind-blowing, first of all. Second of all, his voice is so powerful. Like, I don't want to get screamed at by anyone but him. Please scream at me every day. I will happily let you scream at me. His voice is so powerful. Like, it vibrates through your body and it just has such an insane impact. Like, he's extremely, extremely talented. Extremely talented. But he, for me, in my experience, and I know a lot of other people have said this too, he is the most interactive out of anyone in the group. And I think what makes him the most interactive is that he does one-on-one interactions a lot. So he might glaze and look over the crowd, but he like looks for people, gets eye contact with you, and then gives you an interaction. Like, he's not just like interacting with the group on a whole. He's trying to interact with one person specifically. So he'll find that person and interact, find the next person, interact, find the next person, interact. And that makes it really special because it's like, that was for you. It wasn't for anyone else. That was for you. You know what I mean? Like, it feels so personal. And I really love him for that. I really love how he connects with people by doing that. He's such an insane performer with this beautiful charisma. Like, he's so cute and like smiley, but then he'll switch it straight up to sexy and hot. Like, it's just insane, like the duality of him. Like, he'll be like standing in front of me and be doing like cute little poses, and then just like his like expression just fully changes and he starts comping, and it's like, boy, the whiplash is real. The whiplash is real. But like, I can't. I honestly, he's just ruined me for the rest of my life. Like, I actually don't know how I'm supposed to like just continue because of him, because I interacted with him the most, you know, like there was so much eye contact, there was so much interaction, there was so many different things, there were so many times he was just in front of me, whether he was interacting with me or not. He was just there. He was just like, he's just aura. He's like, I have returned. My loves, I have returned. Did you miss me? I was gone for a whole 5 seconds. Goes away, comes straight back. I'm like, please keep coming back. He just loved our side, and I was just, he's like, yeah, anyway. Someone asked me the other day, or today actually, like a straight, how high, like how tall do they look or how short do they look? And I was trying to explain that like I'm down, right? And so my eyes are eye level with the stage. So I'm looking up at them. So no one looked tall or short. They just looked like a person. You know what I mean? I had no gauge of whether they were tall or not because they're up so high, so you just can't tell. But I do remember looking up at Changbin one point and being like, he's just so small, but he's not his height, his frame, but his shoulders are so big, but his waist is like quite small. And I wonder if they've ever measured it, because we go on about the Jace, but like Changbin's waist is also quite small, but he's just a thick boy. Like, he's just thick. He's just muscly, but he's a really small frame. He's a really small frame. But anyway, Changbin for me he's always been, you guys know, he's my alt. So being able to witness everything that I like fell in love, but don't take me like that. Everything I fell in love with him for, performance wise, like, because I fell for him first. I feel really weird saying fell for him. Sorry. I biased him first, because of his rapping. Because every single time I heard him rap, I was just like, oh my God, I've never, like, that favorite rapper. Like, I love his style so much. So I biased him first because of his rapping, and then it was his personality. Like, I just feel like he's got the best personality, and I really got to witness that on stage because you see every side of him. Like, you see the performer in him, you see the swaggy rapper in him, and then you see that absolutely cute AF, cuddly, you know, aegyo kind of side in him, but not like cringy aegyo, like good aegyo. And like just hearing his voice live and everything, it was just like I just still can't believe that I got to witness that with my own eyes. Like, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. So yeah, safe to say that I had the absolute best experience ever, and I cannot wait until they come back to Australia again because I just want to witness it all over again. Like, I wish I could turn back time and just do it all over again because it was just amazing. So yeah, if you're thinking of going to a Stray Kids concert, please go. They are so incredible live, and they're such a good time. They're such a good time. But I hope you enjoyed my recap. I hope you enjoyed my experience. Did I speak about everyone? Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this experience and living through me. I loved every second, and I will invite you all to mine and Changbin's wedding when we set a date. I love you guys so much. Thank you for following along this journey. Bye.